Dad's family's Leitrim. Still got an uncle on the homestead in Leitrim. And Mum's family were all Mayo, although she grew up in London. They met in the Galaxy Moor, had the classic London Irish experience. Yeah, Dad came over when he was 19, I think. And I think Leitrim was probably our closest connection, really, because I'm trying to think why that was, really, but I think probably because the Mayo side of the family, Mum's side, they all had loads of kids, so I suppose it would be more interesting for us going out, but they probably didn't have the room for us, I think. But I feel my closest draw to Ireland, I feel at home in Leitrim. Yeah, well, we would be taken everywhere because Dad was going to see his mates, really, so it wouldn't be unusual for us to be at a session in the Wimbledon Irish Club on a Monday night, say, on a school night, because Dad would be seeing somebody there talking about work or something, and we'd be dragged along, setting up to play a tune, make a bed in the back of the car on the way home. They did a very cunning thing, because I started life as a drummer, and the neighbour we had wasn't so keen on me drumming, and somehow the parents managed to phase out the drums and phase in the tin whistle. I grew up in St Albans, a place called St Albans. Although we always played our music in and around London, and Luton as well. St Albans was kind of between London and Luton. I'm doing mostly music-based stuff now, but I still have my supplementary income. I work for the Irish arts organisation Comhaltas Ceoltoiri Eireann. Yeah, I'm the project officer in London and Southern region. But there's 20 odd branches, 30 branches in the country. It's varied actually. There's no two branches the same. All different ways of doing things. In London, most of the music tuition happens in sort of large, privately run music schools. Although there are still branches that would organise events, that organise flarkeols, and they get involved in the Patrick's Day festivals and that kind of thing. And part of my job is, identifying funding and setting up projects for them to participate in. I was really looking forward to it. Yeah, really excited about coming in. Yeah, and playing with the guys. I haven't played together for so long. Although I've done little things with Joe, done little sessions, and we did a little radio thing before the lockdown and stuff like that. But I think it's going to be a while before we can really reflect on it. It's been a shock. I think that initial time when suddenly the whole year and everything you've been working towards, and it's just gone. I mean, I think people believe that when you're a musical family, you're at home playing music all the time, and that isn't really, that's not really the case. Although it's great when we do. It's oddly, I like my traditional music, strangely, but I suppose because there's so many better players than me, really, that I just do what I can. We just make the music we can on the instruments we got. So saxophone in there, and stuff like that. Some of these tunes, you can't remember a time that you didn't know them. And you can't remember what it was like not to play them. So it's an odd thing. Sometimes you can be really, really in it, and other times you can be completely thinking about something completely different. And it's kind of still going on. Or I think if you try and put yourself too intently in the moment, you're not in the moment.
Hello, thanks to the Irish Cultural Centre in Hammersmith for having us here. We're delighted to be here. We are Devines. That's Joe Devine. Playing guitar. My name's John Devine. I'm going to be playing whistles and sax. No, I'm not saxophone, am I? You're going to be playing the saxophone. Kaz Devine here's going to be playing saxophone. And pipes. and stuff like that. No, we're really delighted to be here. I know it's a bit odd in the lockdown thing, but it's great. We're delighted that we've had an opportunity to come and play and have a chance to meet each other, really. I haven't seen much of each other. But no, delighted. So we'll start with a set of 3 jigs. The first one is uilleanns. The second one is, I think it's called Old Woman Get Up and Shake Yourself. And the last one is Cathal McConnell's Gravel Walks, I believe. Yes. All ready? Cool. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lovely. Now, we're delighted to be here at the Hammersmith, the Irish Cultural Centre in Hammersmith, during these unusual lockdown times. But thanks for giving us a reason to come out and play. Anyway, we're very grateful. So we're going to sing a song now. A song what I wrote. And it's about life getting older. About getting older in life, I suppose. But things not necessarily becoming more rubbish as a result. Although there are lots of rubbish things about getting older, of course. So join in the chorus if you know the words. Actually, no, don't, because it spoils it a bit. Okay? All the times you shared with me are here in my heart, and it's keeping me warm as I fall apart. Now I find the sands of time, they're not on my side. I'm grateful for my miracles and each sun that rise. And one day will I look back on this as my prime? Will I be grateful to old Father Time? I've got such memories, more precious than gold, and life's getting sweeter as I'm growing old. Roll a dice, flip a coin, keep everything crossed. All that's been gained has been worth the cost. Older and wiser, 'cause now I can see how sweeter the fruit becomes if it stays on the tree. And I don't care if you think that I'm past my prime. Each day's more precious with the passing of time. And all that's really dear to me are these days of pure gold. And life's getting sweeter as I'm growing old. Someday I won't feel this way, when the years have taken everything that I've loved away. It's just that right now your love is showing me how life can get sweeter, sweeter and sweeter, in every way more completer, now that I'm growing old. Thanks. Yeah. Do you know, that's really that kind of nothing at the end of things. You know, that's kind of very strange.
Okay, Joe.
we're going to continue on now with some French tunes. They're from the Bordeaux region of France. Actually, just one French tune. And it's written by an amazing musician called Bruno Latron. We don't have the proper name for it. It's named after a little island off of northern France. And I was at a gig somewhere, and I asked someone I asked the audience to name an island off the coast of northern France, thinking if I heard the name, I'd remember the name of the tune. But of course, they shouted out England. And then what we've done, it's a 5-time waltz. And then we've just turned it into a regular jig then. And then we'll go on and do some other bits and bobs, play a bit of banjo, stuff like that. Okay? But we'd like to say thanks very much for having us. Thanks very much to Roz and Will and Jerry. Started naming people now. Harry and Shay. Is there anyone else in the room that I haven't shown? So we're going to finish with a selection of different tunes. We're going to start with a couple of polkas. That we learned from a friend called Anya. Anya Peters is her name, and I was sending a dictated text to Joe earlier on to tell him what we were going to play. And we call these Anya's polkas, but it came out as onions polkas. And then we're going to do a slow piece called Declan, which I think Don Lunny wrote. And then we're going to do a piece by Niall Valley called Once in a Blue Moose. And just stick a little reel on the end. Thank you very much. Joe Devine, my name's John Devine, and Kaz Devine. Thanks very much for having us. Thank you so much. Thank you.